So this project is the result of researching ways to install Linux on the original Xbox. I discovered a project, but because it requires a custom mod chip, I scrapped this idea. But something else was very interesting and needed a quick fix. The clock capacitor on the original Xbox, called PowerStore Aerogel. At that time, Microsoft was trying to save money by using cheap capacitors. Especially the clock capacitor is very violent and destroys your Xbox over time. Sometimes you need to swap other electrolytic capacitors on the board that reach the end of life. Note that only the Xbox revisions 1.0 to 1.5 have this faulty clock capacitor. The last revision 1.6 has a different one. You can find out the revision that you have with this little guide. So let's get started with the repair. First, we need to disassemble the Xbox. This is pretty straightforward. There are 6 screws on the bottom. 2 are hidden by stickers. Unscrew them. Now you can pop off the lid. Unplug the hard and DVD drive cables and unscrew their cages. Now you can see the clock capacitor. In my case, there are no visible leaks, but this doesn't mean that the capacitor is fine. The last step is to unscrew the board. That's it. So how to remove the clock capacitor? You need a soldering iron and some time. It's really easy to remove, and I don't recommend ripping it out. Flip the board to get access to the solder joints. If you have a desoldering gun, this step would be much faster, but I don't have one and these things are expensive. With the normal soldering iron, the procedure is simple. Just heat up one joint and quickly heat up the other joint. While doing that, pull the capacitor. Shortly after, you have the faulty capacitor out. Now you can see the real problem with this thing. The legs of the capacitor are corroded and the capacitor is leaking. Use a desoldering braid to remove leftover solder. Finally, clean up the board and the leftover gunk of the capacitor. My board is mostly fine, but you can see a slightly corrosion on one pad. I don't show all of the steps reassembling the Xbox because it's very easy. I gave my Xbox a good clean. And now we are done. Thanks for watching this video and don't forget to like and subscribe.